So last year I was invited to this camp, and about 3 months ago I actually attended such camp. And this camp was kind of like an unconventional camp. It was different. The reason being it's exclusively for people who are blind or visually impaired, and it's also an extreme sports camp.
Here we go.
Alright, here's the deal. I've been meaning to just like sit down and just tell you guys a story all day. It is currently 9:16 p.m. I've just been so busy today and I haven't even packed yet. And I fly out tomorrow morning for some business travel up in Silicon Valley. So let me just tell you guys about this experience that I've been just wanting to tell you guys for over 2 months now. So this camp I did, again, it was for the blind, and I haven't been around a large group of blind people in years. Like, it's been a while, so it was something to really just readjust to. It was cool though, because then I felt a sense of community once I sort of like adjusted and settled, and like there's all these people who are just like me, and we all are also so different because we see differently. But a really cool thing was, even though there was all these new people who I haven't met yet, there was someone who I knew who also went to this camp, and happened to be Molly Burke. If you don't know who Molly Burke is, she's another fellow blind YouTuber, and she has been doing some extraordinary things lately. We did a collab last year. I'll have a little card, so if you want to check that out, you can. Molly's from Canada, and she's got plenty of experience in the snow, while I'm out here in LA. So she's just used to it, and she knows how to ski already, so that was pretty much a breeze for her. So the first day, we ended up tubing, which is something I've never done before, to be honest.
Yeah, let's go. Have fun.
Woo!
Tubing was really cool. I mean, I've been in a tube in water, but not in the snow, and that's awesome. Love it. Alright. Oh, I'm just going head first. Oh. I totally messed that up. I ate snow. And it was just so much fun, and then having all these groups of blind people just connecting to one another. And having all these people just go down this giant hill. It was just a lot of fun. It was a great way to kick off the week before we really get into the intense stuff that we're gonna do.
Well, actually, how do you want to do it? Like, if you have a place where, like, it's a patch of grass and you can relieve the dog and not have to worry about picking it up, that's fine.
So the very next day, it was time to ski. This is something I've never done before, so I was anxious, but I was also really nervous.
Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of like walk next to you or run how fast you're going.
It took a little bit of time, but luckily though for me, and luckily for everyone else who participates, these trainers that you work with one-on-one, by the way, which is great, they are familiar with how to be accommodating and to be accessible, and it's just incredible. These people who just want to see you succeed and it makes them succeed, right? So just because of people's schedules and everything, I had maybe in total 3 to 4 trainers during my time learning how to ski. Everyone kept notes on how I was doing and what we were accommodating with and what worked, what didn't work. It was great. The communication was there. Getting to know people who I could learn new things from. Skiing was an amazing experience, and I had so much fun. I definitely want to do it again, and I'm prepared now. So if I just went on a casual skiing trip here in LA, say to like Big Bear or wherever, go up north to Mammoth, I'm prepared. It's just a great skill to have, you know. Whether you take on the snowboarding aspect or the skiing, it was wonderful. For those who don't know, don't pet a guide dog or distract a guide dog, but these dogs were off their harnesses and owners were just letting them have fun and going wild and free. It was camp, and it was like a vacation for them for the most part. So it was pretty cool. So I also took on cross-country skiing, which was a bit different, and it's definitely a different style than regular downhill skiing. It's where you're kind of skiing on like basically a flat surface in a way. It was really cool though. It was nice just being able to try out 2 different styles of skiing. We got about 20 blind people, right? And then there was like 20 sighted people, you know, sighted people. But we went to this place where we got snowmobiles. So the sighted people drove us to this open area out into the woods, and then they basically just handed the blind people the front seat. Kind of crazy when you think about it. You got 20 blind people, some who are totally blind, some who are legally blind like myself, just out in this very all-white environment. So even it is kind of hard to see in general there. Very bright, especially for me and a lot of people who have albinism, and photophobia. Really, it was hard to even rely on whatever little sight we had, but we were driving snowmobiles. All 20 blind people at one time, just kind of looping around and going around, and apparently I was the one who was cutting people off a lot. Sorry guys, sorry to my fellow athletes. Regardless, I had a lot of fun, and I drove a snowmobile. That was like my first time driving, if you will. I mean, I drove in a tractor. No one was hurt or anything, and the way that they would kind of guide us is some people were being guided by, you know, tapping left or right on the shoulder when it's time to go the right way, or listening to their sighted guide behind them. Many different ways. Tapping worked for me. It was great. Shout out to Fallon. Fallon was my sighted guide for that. That was interesting. That's quite impressive. It was a lot of fun though. I really enjoyed my time at XMO, which is the Extreme Mobilities Camp. It was just so much fun. If you guys ever get the opportunity, apply and see if you can do it. They have a summer camp where you can learn how to surf and jet ski and wakeboard, and then they have winter camps where you do skiing, snowboarding, snowmobiling, and if you're blind or visually impaired, or you know someone who could really probably benefit from learning how to do some extreme sports, I'll have links down below to participate. I'm definitely gonna go back at some point because it was just so much fun, and I really just had a great time that week and got to know so many wonderful people, friends who I'm gonna have for a lifetime, and people who get it, right?
You have to like climb up them. Oh my goodness.
So thank you to especially Brayden from XMO for inviting me, and thanks to Molly for introducing me to Brayden, and so that's about it for this video. If you guys have ever done any extreme sports, whether it be winter or summer or just, you know, in general, let me know. I'm curious down below. If not, what would you want to try or be interested in trying if the experience was accommodating to you or accessible? And let me know. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and for more weekly videos, subscribe. See you guys later. Bye. Thank you.